Lesson 2. Concepts and Uses of Classification System. As we agreed before, we should make sure that we covered the objectives by the end of the lesson. Classification. What does classification mean? As you see here, we're sorting things. We put things into groups. This is the meaning of classification. Organisms in biology can be classified into groups. How do we classify them? By features. So, by the features that they share, the common features they have together. This is how organisms in biology are classified. So, how do biologists do this? They do it by this way of classification: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and then finally species. So how can we remember it? It looks very complicated. Remember it with this sentence: King Philip can only find green socks. If you remember this sentence, you will be able to remember the hierarchy of the classification system. Let's take a deeper look into the species. Species, actually singular and plural, it's spelled the same or pronounced the same. It is a group of organisms that can reproduce together with each other, but there is a very important condition, that they must produce fertile offspring. What does the word fertile mean? Fertile means that this offspring can reproduce itself again. Okay? So, this is the species, the socks. Okay, now for scientists to give the creatures names or scientific names, they use the binomial system. Bi means two in biology. So, binomial system means two names, like your first and second name. Also, any creature in biology has a first and a second name, and this is specific to the genus and species. So the first name in biology is the genus name. So it is always capitalized, and always remember the genus is capitalized. And then the second name comes the species, and it's in small letters or lowercase letters. So we start with the genus and then the species. It is important to know that if this binomial name is printed, it will be underlined and in italics. Let's have a look here. Panthera tigris. Which one is the genus? This one, of course. Why? Because it's in the beginning and capitalized. Which one is the species? The second name, and it's in small or lowercase letters, and it comes second to the genus. Homo sapien. Actually, this is us, humans. Homo is the genus name, capitalized, and sapien is the species name, and it's in lowercase letters. Okay, now we go to the dichotomous scheme. This is how we identify creatures from nature. So, how do we do this? We do it by separating the choices into two groups by using yes or no questions. If you're familiar with the Guess Who game, this is going to be an easy question for you in paper 1 and paper 3. So, basically, each choice will lead to another question, and the question will lead you to another question, and the grouping continues until you reach a specific organism. Let's have a look here. We have different deers in front of us, and we have different questions. First, the first question says, has green colored body. If it has green colored body, so we're looking at deer A, B, and C. Then the question says go to number 2 in order to narrow down the grouping more and more. So let's have a look when we go to question number 2. It says if it has 4 legs, go to number 3. If it has 8 legs, it's Dirus octagus. So now we know that this is the Dirus octagus, right? Let's remember which name is the genus name and which name is the species name. The first name is the genus name. It's capitalized and comes first, while the second name is the species name, comes next and in small letters. So let's start over. Has green body, so we're back to the 3 deers, A, B, and C. Now has 4 legs, so now we exclude number C because we already know it's Dirus octagus. And then we go to question 3. Has a tail, so it's Dirus pestis. So let's have a look here. Now this is the Dirus pestis. Again, let's revise genus and species. Let's start over. Again, green body, and then we move to number 3, but this time it does not have a tail. If it does not have a tail, it is the Dirus magnus. We will do the same with the purple ones. As you can see, we will have the pointy hump, and the questions continue, and this is a way to answer the dichotomous key questions. Do we have another way to answer the dichotomous key question? Yes, of course. But first, let's have a look at paper 1 questions. Which system is used for naming species? Which system is it? The binomial system. The diagram shows an animal whose scientific name is Rattus rattus. So, what is it? Which genus does it belong to? Of course, this is the genus. Why isn't this one? Of course, because it starts with a capital letter and it's the one in the beginning of the name. The first one, the first name. The diagram shows an animal. Use the key to identify the animal. Front limbs with 5 fingers. Go to 2. Do you see 5 fingers in the front limb? This is the front limb. Of course not. So, front limbs with 4 fingers. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, which question are we going to? Yes, question number 3. Tail with fins. So, it is animal C because you have the tail with fins. Okay, if the tail was without fins, we would have gone for animal D. Let's see how in paper 3 we can answer another question, but in a different way this time. This time we're going to concentrate on a specific creature, not as the first time we answered the question. We chose a group and then we downsized from this group. We started with the question, but in this situation, we're going to start with the creature itself or the picture. So let's have a look. Here we're looking at the leaf G. Let's see. How did I know that this is leaf G? Because I followed I looked at the picture and then I followed the questions. Veins parallel. Veins not parallel. Actually, the veins here are not parallel, right? They are not parallel. These are parallel veins. We will dig deeper into leaves later. But these are parallel veins. These are not parallel veins. So not parallel, we go to question 3. Leaf has thorns. Can you see any spikes or thorns here? Of course not. It's very smooth. So leaves has no thorns, or the leaf has no thorns. So we go to question number 4. Leaf not divided into sections. As you see, no sections. This leaf is divided into sections. This one is divided into sections, but this one does not have any sections. So again, this is the genus and this is the species. Let's look at another leaf. Leaf H, as you see here, we will start looking at the questions again. Parallel, not parallel. Actually, they are not parallel. So we will go to question number 3. Has spikes, no spikes, as you see. No spikes here. So these are spikes. This leaf does not have any spikes. So we'll go to question number 4. Not divided into sections. Actually, no, it is divided into sections. So we will go to 5. And then, does it have 3 sections or 8 sections? 3 sections, no, 8 if you count them. So we know that this is number H, genus again, and species. We will go to J and follow the same pattern again, but this time veins parallel. So we will go to question number 2. Leaf length more than 6 times leaf width at its widest point, which means that this is the thinner leaf. Again, genus and species, and we follow the same pattern again and again until we identify all of our leaves. And this is the other way to solve this question. This is the mark scheme to show us that sometimes one mistake may cause that we lose more than 1 mark. And we're done for today. Thank you. I hope you benefit from this video.